Good evening. Today we will see the chromosomes, DNA and genes. First we will see the introduction and then we will go into the details in next videos. So we know that our body is made up of several million of cells. So each cell is having a structure called a nucleus, and inside the nucleus there is a thread-like structure, we call it as a chromosome. So we know the nuclear structure, it is just spherical in shape. In that we will be having a nucleolus and we will be having a network-like structure called chromatin reticulum. This chromatin reticulum will change into a rod-shaped structure called chromosome during cell division. During cell division only, nearly in metaphase, we can see the structure of chromosome. So the name chromosome was given by Waldeyer in 1888. So these chromosomes carries the genetic material. This genetic material will have all the hereditary information inside them. So these chromosomes are packed with DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, we can say, and this deoxyribonucleic acid contains genes in their segments. So these genes are responsible for inheritance of particular phenotype character that we saw in earlier classes and all we saw. So the gene is present in a particular area in a chromosome. It is called as a locus. What is locus means? The position of gene in a chromosome is called as a locus. So during the cell division, the genes are passed from one generation to the another generation. That's why we saw the characters are passed on from parent to the offspring or grandparent to the offspring. So during a metaphase we can see a chromosome. What is a chromosome means? It is a rod-shaped structure. A chromosome is having its central part. We call it as a centromere. In this centromere, we will be seeing two rod-shaped structure. Each one we call it as a chromatid. Plural chromatids. So these two are also called as a chromatid. So this is the structure of chromosome. We can see this structure only in the metaphase of cell division. So this is the structure you are seeing in the book, your book. It is given like this. Thank you. We have already seen a chromosome is a rod-shaped structure, and a chromosome is covered by a membrane called pellicle. Inside the pellicle we will be having a matrix, which is a jelly-like substance. We call it as a matrix. Inside the matrix we will be seeing a spirally coiled structure. We call these as chromonema. Or chromonemata, and they have some bead-like structures in them, that is the chromonemia or nemata chromonemata have some spiral structures. We call them as chromomeres. We call them as chromomeres. And the chromosome contains both DNA and RNA. What the chromosome is made up of is DNA, and they have some RNAs and some metallic ions it have inside with them, and also it will be having some proteins. And we say that histones and non-histones we used to say. And what else we can see in a chromosome is, already we saw that the central region of the chromosome, we call it as centromere. We are calling them as a centromere. The centromere is also sometimes called as a primary constriction, we say. Primary constriction. In this primary constriction, during cell division, the spindle fibers will come and attach together. Then we will be having, at any end we will be having a small bubble like structure. We call it as a satellite. The chromosome which are having this satellite are called as sat chromosomes. It is not necessary that all the chromosomes should have the satellites. And then the end of the chromosome is called as a telomere. The end of a chromosome is called as a telomere. This telomere is having some polarity, that is a individual character. This telomere is having its own individual character in every chromosome. What it does is, it will not allow the other chromosome to come and join with them during at any time. So this telomere is a extreme end of the chromosome which is having a special polarity in them. Apart from that, a secondary constriction we say. This secondary constriction we can see at any point of the chromosome. It is not necessary it should be in the top or any tip. You can see at the secondary constriction. These secondary constrictions we call them as nucleolar organization or organizer, we can say. This nucleolar organizer is helping the nucleus to form the nucleolus in them. So this is what we see in a chromosome. So based on the position of centromere, based on the position of centromere, we classify the chromosome into 4 different types. That is, the centromere can be at any region. It can have 2 shorter arms at one end and 2 longer arms at another end. So this type of chromosome where you have one short arm and a long arm on the other side, we call them as a acrocentric chromosome. acrocentric chromosome. Then you will be having two unequal arms, that is, the chromosome, the centromere will lie at a sub-metacentric, not in the middle, not exactly in the middle, but near the middle it will be. So we call them as sub-metacentric. Sub-metacentric. Then we will have two equal arms, that is, it will be, the centromere will be at the center, making the chromosome having two equal arms on both the sides. So we will have them as a metacentric. Then we will be having a chromosome which is having a centromere at the end. So this we call it as telomere. This telomere is a rod-shaped chromosomes, we can say, and submetacentric chromosomes, it will be L-shaped chromosomes, and the metacentric, they are having V-shaped chromosomes. So this is what we have in the, on the basis of position of centromeres. Thank you.